Every AI founder thinks they're building the next billion-dollar product, but here's the truth. Most AI startups aren't building real businesses, they're just building features. In a few months, Google, Microsoft, Anthropic, or OpenAI can add them in one simple update and make your startup irrelevant overnight. I've worked with dozens of AI startups in the last year. 95% had amazing tech, but only 1 out of 10 had built something the big players couldn't just copy. In this video, I'll share the 3 biggest mistakes and traps that is killing AI startups right now and how you can build something that's built to last. Hi there, if you're new to this channel, my name is Maurya. I'm an entrepreneur and author and the creator of the popular one-page business modeling tool, Lean Canvas, used by millions of founders around the world. I've also worked with hundreds of AI startups and I see them making the same 3 expensive mistakes over and over. Here's what's happening. Founders see tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and GitHub Copilot, and they think we can build amazing AI-powered products that will dominate our market. They believe impressive AI technology equals defensible business, but here's what I'm seeing. AI startups with brilliant technology getting crushed when platforms add their capabilities as simple features. What I'm going to show you are the 3 fallacies that are turning AI products into platform features and the systematic customer discovery approach that can help you find a defensible position. And I'll show you how to get the complete framework at the end. So let me start with fallacy number 1. Building a feature, not a product. Most AI startups are building features that will become part of bigger platforms, not defensible standalone products. And here's the thing, we've seen this movie before. Do you remember Zynga? They built what seemed like a billion-dollar gaming product platform on Facebook. Then Facebook changed their algorithm with the flick of a finger, and Zynga's revenue collapsed overnight. The same thing happened with Google and SEO companies. Thousands of businesses built entire revenue streams on ranking high in Google search. Then Google changed their algorithm, and companies that took years to build disappeared in weeks. Now it's happening again in AI. Jasper built an AI writing platform that took off almost instantly, then ChatGPT and Claude added writing capabilities, and suddenly Jasper's value proposition was no longer unique and it became a feature that got absorbed by the platform. The same thing is happening in other places. AI coding tools are getting challenged by Anthropic's Claude Code, AI email assistants becoming Gmail features, AI scheduling tools getting absorbed by calendar platforms. The fallacy here is assuming that because you can build something that simply uses AI, it will be defensible. But if it's just a layer to an underlying AI platform, that larger platform can easily replicate it. I worked with an AI startup that built impressive document analysis technology. 6 months later, both Microsoft and Google launched similar capabilities directly in their platforms. What seemed like a product was actually a feature just waiting to be absorbed. This brings up the age-old startup question, are you building a feature or a product? History shows us that platform-dependent businesses always lose when those platforms decide to build competing features. Most AI startups right now are focusing on what their technology can do, not on what problems require a standalone solution. They optimize for technical capability instead of strategic defensibility, but AI technology alone is not a moat, it's just becoming table stakes. The moat or true unfair advantage here comes from understanding customer problems so deeply that your solution becomes mission critical, not just convenient, and that is a good litmus test to use. Fallacy number 2 is believing that AI will automatically let you vibe code your way to production-ready products. Founders see GitHub Copilot, ChatGPT writing functions, and Claude debugging code, and they think we can prototype and ship in weeks instead of months. AI will handle all the technical complexity. But here's what actually happens. AI helps you write code fast, but production-ready systems require good architecture, testing, security, scalability, and maintainability, and that is something that AI doesn't give you automatically. I've seen AI startups ship impressive demos in days, but having to then throw away their demo or prototype because it just wasn't fit for real users. Now, don't get me wrong, I believe there is incredible value in speeding up this process. I use vibe coding for early prototyping and learning all the time, but the fallacy is thinking that vibe coding alone will get you 100% of the way there, which simply isn't true. And assuming that were even true, here's the bigger issue. If you can build faster with AI tools, so can every startup founder on the planet. A customer who used to only have 2 to 3 solution options now has to consider 20 to 30 to pick from. So how does your product stand out from the noise? And that becomes the bigger question or challenge to answer. I'm seeing this everywhere. There are AI email tools, AI scheduling apps, AI writing assistants, AI coding helpers. The market is just getting flooded because everyone can build fast. But faster building without strategic differentiation just creates more noise in the market. So how do you uncover this kind of strategic differentiation? Let's consider Steve's virtual reality platform for architects whose journey we've been following in past videos. He could have used AI to ship dozens of very advanced features for architects, but his breakthrough came from discovering that architects don't want more complexity, they valued speed and simplicity. Being able to change a design in real time with a client in minutes versus days allowed them to close more deals and create happier clients. This insight turned into his unique value proposition, and it didn't come from shipping tons of features faster. Speed of building has never really been the startup constraint, and this is more true today than ever before. The real constraint in the startup is speed of learning. What makes you different from everyone else who can also build fast? And this brings me to the third and final fallacy that AI will replace customer discovery. I've encountered many founders recently that think we don't need to talk to customers anymore, we can just ask AI about our market. They feed ChatGPT their startup idea and ask it things like, what do customers want and what features should we build? And then they go build exactly that, only to have a rude awakening several months down the road. One founder even showed me an AI-generated market analysis that perfectly justified their AI scheduling tool. The AI had analyzed competitor reviews, social media mentions, and industry reports. Everything looked validated. 3 months later, their first customer interviews revealed that people didn't have a scheduling problem, they had a too many pointless meetings problem. They had been optimizing for the wrong problem for months. So why does this happen? Here's why. AI is good at summarization and pattern matching, but it only pattern matches on what you give it. And it's quite easy to only feed it data that justifies the solution that you want to build in the first case. And that's what happened with this startup. Now, there's an even bigger challenge with startups, and that is that true insights seldom come from mining existing data, but from actual customer discovery. Products like ride-sharing, electric cars, or the iPhone didn't come from asking customers what they wanted or data mining what was already out there. They came from founders who noticed a gap in the market and connected the dots between how customers currently did a specific job and how they could significantly get that same job done a whole lot better. This connecting of dots seems obvious always in hindsight, but going from 0 to 1 is non-obvious because it requires having good foresight. And this is something that AI cannot help you do on its own. Good foresight or insights doesn't even come from asking customers what they want because remember, they often don't even know what's possible today. They come from studying customer behaviors and uncovering what they do, not what they say they'll do. That's why the systematic customer interviewing process I describe in my book, Running Lean, is still relevant. It's designed to uncover behavioral patterns and emotional forces that no AI can predict. Startup success doesn't come from being first to market with new technology. It comes from uncovering contrarian insights about customers that nobody else sees. Facebook wasn't the first social network, Google wasn't the first search engine, and Tesla didn't build the first electric car. The reason they were all successful is that their founders uncovered a secret or contrarian insight about what customers wanted but didn't know how to get. And they found a way to deliver on that. The same pattern applies to AI startups today. The winners won't be first movers with the best AI technology. They'll be the ones who uncover contrarian insights about customer problems that AI can uniquely solve in a novel and different fashion. This is where customer discovery becomes your competitive weapon. While other AI founders are focused on building faster with better technology, you're systematically uncovering insights about customer behavior that nobody else sees. AI's real advantage isn't, I believe, generating new insights, but rather accelerating your ability to uncover and test these contrarian insights once you've discovered them through systematic customer conversations. Remember, garbage in, garbage out. But imagine this, instead of asking AI to tell you what customers want, you feed it transcripts of carefully scripted customer conversations. It can then pattern match and connect dots for you in seconds. I believe this is the current true killer app of AI. To use AI not to generate new insights from publicly accessible data that everyone has access to, but rather to help you uncover new insights faster from data you feed it from your raw customer conversations. We've even built a tool for this called Customer Forces. If you're interested, I'll link it in the description below and you can check it out there. Now, to be completely clear, this tool doesn't interview customers for you, but it guides you through the process of teaching you how to run good customer interviews, what kinds of questions to ask, and it can even help you create a starting interview script. Once you have done a handful of interviews, it can then quickly analyze them and find patterns that help you home in on real problems worth solving. But it's still up to you to run these conversations with customers, which is another area I find that trips up founders. If you want to learn how to run these customer conversations effectively, you should check out this video over here. In this video, I share additional tools, tactics, and how-to scripts you can use with your own customers and for your specific product. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.